Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Laura and here I talk about mental health, minimalism, lifestyle-y stuff, my little family's journey trying to conceive, and hopefully some more exciting stuff soon. Today though, we are back to basics talking about minimalism. And I wanted to jump in and talk in a little bit of detail about 10 more things that I no longer buy, why that is, and my reasoning behind maybe why I think that this has been a good choice for us. So let's get into it. The first thing that we no longer buy is alcohol. Now, we weren't big drinkers before this, but we were fairly regularly buying wine or beer or getting through a bottle of gin every kind of 6 months or something. And with trying to conceive, obviously, I'm not drinking when we're like trying to conceive and then waiting to find out if we're pregnant or not. But about 6 or 9 months ago, I finally decided to just stop drinking altogether. It was difficult for me to be switching back and forth between I can drink and I can't, and I can drink and I can't. And also with the fact that we are struggling to conceive, struggling to say it out loud, I was like, I want to just do everything I can here. And this seems to be like an obvious thing that is going to be having a negative impact on our bodies, so let's just stop. I was actually the one who stopped, and then I was getting the zero alc beers, and they're actually really good. There's a few really, really good brands, especially that have come out in the last sort of year or so. And my husband just kind of, he's very much one for solidarity. When I was in my previous job, this is such a side tangent, but when I was in my previous job and I was doing stuff with like lean manufacturing, he really wanted to be able to talk to me about what it is that I do at work rather than me just kind of going blah, 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 and he just understands none of it. So all of these books that I was reading for work, he was also reading. So he's a big one for solidarity. So he also then just started drinking the zero alc beers, found that he liked it better. Also, the way that his schedule is that it's not like he works Monday to Friday and then he's like, oh, I'll have a drink on Friday and Saturday. Like, he'll work through and then be really busy on like a Monday and then be like, oh, now I feel like a beer, but it's a Monday, that feels weird. Whereas now, with it being a zero alc beer, it really doesn't matter. So it's been a good switch for us in terms of health. Financially, zero alc beers are a bit more expensive than the regular ones, so it's not necessarily like the most frugal thing, but we're really enjoying it, and we're trying to be so good, like healthy wise, this just seems like a really good option. Also, working in healthcare, chief medical officer of the company I work for is a cancer surgeon and doesn't drink, and I was like, okay, that's good. That's a pretty big indicator there. So yeah, I don't see us going back to drinking alcohol regularly. I think that maybe in a few years we might go back to having it sometimes. Like, don't get me wrong, I like the taste of wine and I like trying different beers and stuff when I travel, so I'm definitely open to it in the future, but for right now, it's not something that we're buying. The second thing is brand new woolen items. So those eagle-eyed viewers who've been around for a bit might be like, Laura, that looks like a new jumper. It is new to me, but it's not new. So this is actually from Three Wise Men, which is like a really expensive brand here in New Zealand. This is a small. My husband generally fits between extra small and small, and this was too small for him. I got it with the intention of him wearing it. So I think someone washed it on warm and it shrunk. But what that means was that we were going to try to give it to a friend of ours who's really slim, who's a guy. And then we were like, oh, Laura, you should try it on. So anyway, it fits me, and so now it's mine. But there are just so many good secondhand wool items out there. I struggle a little bit with the op shops, but secondhand online, so like either Facebook Marketplace or here in New Zealand, Trade Me. This was $30 secondhand. The one that does fit my husband that he is now wearing and loves was $25 secondhand. So yeah, with wool items, this is pure merino from Three Wise Men. I would guess this would be like $200 brand new, and I got it for $30 secondhand in really awesome condition. So wool items generally last really well, and people just like stop liking certain colors or certain fits, or they just are a different size now. There is so much secondhand out there that for most purposes, I really don't think there's any point buying brand new. So that is something that I'm aiming to not do. And it's something that I haven't done for a while, is to buy anything wool that is brand new because there's so many good secondhand options. So get out there, find them. The third thing is scented candles. Now, I do actually really like scented candles, but the issue that I was having is, well, it wasn't really an issue. It's not really an issue. Anyway, I got this one really cute silver candlestick it was on Black Friday 2 years ago, but at the op shops they were doing Green Friday, so everything was $1. Every single item was $1. And it's this beautiful silver Walker and Hall candlestick, just a singular one, but I got it and I love it. So in that, I'm just putting regular tall candles. I'm not doing the like fancy in a jar scented candles. And then we also got these beautiful little houses that you put like little lights in. I can either put a photo of it or put like a kind of what they look like. And those just use regular tea lights, right? And then I also have a little oil burner, but I don't actually have any oil in it. It's just hella cute. That again just takes a tea light. So we don't have that much room in our house. So amongst all these candles, I have no room for scented candles. So I just kind of stopped buying them. I used up the ones I had, but then I wanted to have these out. The other thing is also that when trying to conceive, a lot of the advice is around trying to reduce the chemical inputs in your home. And so one of the big kind of unknown ones, because they don't have to declare ingredients, is fragrance. So anything that is scented, unless it's with like essential oils, you really know. But then again, if it's like being vaporized and going into the air, like, do you really know what it's doing? All of that, bleh, whatever. It's just kind of an easier thing to reduce the amount of scented items in your home. Now, like our dishwashing liquid is still somewhat scented. So is our kitchen spray, even though it's mostly natural, it still says parfum in the ingredients. It still has fragrance. It's hard to get away from, so candles was an option where I could go, let's just get rid of the scented candles, we only have unscented. That's just one less chemically item to have in the home that we're breathing in, all that. Number 4 is compost bin liners. We have a little compost bin that we keep under the sink, and although the city has started doing compost collection, we are actually still just taking ours to our local community garden because it seems like a nice thing to do, and they might be getting less stuff now because everyone's just getting theirs collected. And we were already in the routine of that by the time they came out with the city collection. So that's just what we're doing. And I tried the bin liners for a bit, but what I would find is that because they're compostable and we don't like have that much waste generally, even food waste, it's not as if we're filling it up every day or two. Like it's taking us 5, 6, 7 days to fill this thing up. So by the time we fill it up, you can't just like pick it up with the bin liner because it's already disintegrated at the bottom. So it's just a mess anyway. So we used up, I think we only used up half the bin liners, and then I think we put the rest of the pack in a donation bag to just like give to someone. But yeah, I realized that as much as I was trying to like not be messy and not have this whole bin to clean out, it just wasn't working for us. We just needed to clean it out anyway, so it was just wasted money. So no more compost bin liners. It's just straight in there. It's hard plastic, you know, you chuck it in when you donate the compost stuff, and then you give it a rinse out and maybe like some baking soda to stop it smelling, and that's it. We move on with our lives. The 5th thing is heels. Now, I only have one pair of heels, and then I have one pair of slightly heeled boots. The pair of heels that I have, oh, sorry microphone. The pair of heels that I have is the pair that I got for my wedding. They are hush puppies, so they're not like that fancy, but they do have the extra padding in the sole, which I feel like I really need. And they are great. They are nude colored. They're not white. They're not satiny, anything like that. So they keep really well. And I'm just really happy with them. I just really like them. And I don't see the need to get another pair. We're also coming into winter, which means I really don't have the need to get another pair of heels. And I think that they kind of just go with everything. So I have no need to get anything else. And also we have limited shoe space. So if I was going to get anything else, it'd probably be more like comfy walking shoes because that's more what I'm doing. Heels, yeah, I'm happy with my one pair. I do not need any more than that. Number 6 is fancy versions of everyday items, i.e. plates, glasses, I don't know, jewelry, like the stuff that you use every day. Anyway, I've never really been one for this, but I think I have been tempted sometimes because I feel like it was just such a thing of like our parents and grandparents' generation is like when you're just having dinner, you just have the regular plates from the cupboard, right? And like the regular silverware, cutlery, all of that. But then when you have like people over, no. You need to go like to the linen cupboard at the bottom in the boxes that they came in are like different plates and different knives and forks and all of this stuff. And then you do that and then you're getting told off because you put the fancy cutlery in with the regular silverware in the drawer, and it's this whole situation. Anyway, please comment down below if you relate to that quite strongly. But yeah, we're not going to be those people. We're really not. No, it's just a no. It's just a no. It's really not. And I think that the test for me is like, if it's something that I wouldn't, like, how do I phrase this? It's not that I'm just getting stuff going, oh yeah, this is whatever, this is an everyday item, that's fine. It's that I'm getting stuff going, I really like this, I want to use this every day. I don't want to put it away in a fancy cupboard somewhere to only be touched like 4 times a year when you have enough people over. No, I want to be using it all the time. So I think that's it. I have the nice things, well, nice enough. Like I have them nice enough so that I like them, and then I use them every day. Like I feel like it's that simple. I don't know. Maybe I'm just making up rubbish, but that's how I see it. So I don't have fancy items for not every day. I just have regular items for every day. There you go. Number 7. This is so specific and so weird. Refried beans. Okay, your girl loves some refried beans, okay? We love some Mexican food in this household. I was going to say the dog loves Mexican food. I don't make Mexican food and then feed it to the dog. But what I'm saying is that I love it, my husband loves it, and if the dog was allowed it, he would also love it. I'm sorry that turned so weird. But what I'm trying to say is that up until recently, I was having to buy tins of refried beans. And in New Zealand, they are imported from the States and from Mexico. They don't make them here, which is so silly. And so they are like $6 a tin, and it's ridiculous. I'm talking the regular tins, not like the nice big ones. They don't send those here. We don't get those. And then my friend, Becca, who I will link her channel down below because she's awesome. And she does a lot more like short stuff on Instagram if you want to see that. But she has one where she made these refried beans. And I looked at it and I was like, huh, I could totally do that. And so I tried doing it and it's awesome. And they taste even better than the tinned ones, which I don't know how I didn't realize how simple this is. Honestly, this is on me for not realizing this before now, but they are so easy to make and so good. And so I make them and then I like pop it in a jar in the fridge and I just make sure that I use it like within the week. I had some very bean loaded burritos for lunch today because I needed to use it up because I knew otherwise it would go off soon. But it's so much more cost effective. It's so tasty. I love it. It is so good. So you will not catch me out there buying refried beans at the supermarket. I'll be buying my regular beans and making them awesome. That's how I'm going to be rolling from now on. Number 8 is sheet masks. I am pretty minimal with my skincare, but up until recently I have been pretty tempted by a lot of the sheet masks. And the thing is that they're really cheap. Like they're a couple of dollars a lot of the time, and sometimes you just do feel like you want a bit of pampering. But after reacting to one that I was given by a friend recently, I decided that it was actually easier to just stay away from them. And I was lucky enough to get sent by a lovely friend of mine this little like goodie basket thing. It's like a little care package because I've had some stuff going on recently, and it included like a clay mask in it. And so I've been trying to do that every like week or two. I should actually do that today. I haven't done that for a bit, but it's just so much nicer, so much less wasteful. Like you get this little tub and you just put that on your face, wait for it to dry, and then get your flannel, scrub it off, and it's just so beautiful. But you get all of that same effect without all of this packaging and rubbish. You just take a little bit out of the tub, put it on, and it's done. And I think that as much as the sheet masks can look like, I don't know, like you're being pampered and all of that, I think that the simplicity of just my regular skincare and then doing that lovely clay mask that I was given by my friend. I think I'm just going to be sticking with that. Okay, number 9 is seeds. Not seeds for eating. We are still buying pumpkin seeds and flax seed and sunflower seeds, but seeds for growing because a couple of years back, I got a bunch of seeds because I was like, I'm gonna grow stuff from scratch. I'm gonna sprout the seeds in the paper towel, and then I'm gonna get them when they're tiny. I'm gonna put them in a little thing. I'm gonna mist them every day. Blah blah blah. Like, I like growing plants, but I like when I can forget about them for a week or two, and then like look out the window and be like, oh, do they need watering? Oh, okay, yeah, they do. And then they're fine. I am terrible at growing stuff from seeds. I really am. And so I have had to be really strict with myself as we are coming into autumn and all of that. I went out, I got myself seedlings. Seedlings are okay, seeds are not, because A, I'm terrible at growing them, and B, you get like 100 of them in a pack, but I don't need 100 of them. And so then I try keep them, but then the packaging gets eaten by the snails that get into my shed, and then I have no idea what it is, and it's all like spilling out and everything. It's just a total mess. It's a total mess. And so it seems more cost effective and more satisfying at the beginning, and the actual experience of it is not that. So I've laid down a rule for myself. We are not getting any more seeds. We will get seedlings if we want stuff. That is it, hard line. Alrighty, and number 10 is fancy dog puzzles. So we have a dog. He is here because he's very excited because I got this out. Hi buddy, I know. So this is the one fancy dog puzzle that we have, and it's pretty hardcore. So like, he has to move this out of here to get something out of here, move this here, which then drops the thing into here, moves this back and then gets the thing here. And then he's also got this thing that twists, but then these lock into place, so he has to move that and move this. All right, this is the fancy complicated one. And brand new, these are like $70. And so we got this one secondhand. He loves it. I'm gonna put it down because it's clacking terribly. But we can't fit like his whole lot of food in there. And the thing is, being a high energy dog, he needs a lot of stimulation, a lot of exercise. He's yawning because I need to take him for a walk. Don't try to do the puzzle, bud. It's very loud and I'm trying to talk to the people. Yeah, I know. But we wanted to be able to make it more like stimulating for him to be getting his food. But all of these puzzles, like, they're hard to clean, they're very expensive, and it was just this whole thing. And then I saw some stuff online, and it's ingenious. So let me show you what we use. This is a big bottle that had water in it that I used for my sourdough. And then I got a craft knife and carefully cut, so you see there, my finger goes in there, cut some holes. So there's 4 holes in this all together. And what I do is I get his cup of food and I tip a bunch of it into the holes. You could take off the lid, but it's about as small as the holes. And then we've got that one. And then we also have this, had iodized salt in it. So I used my drill to drill holes in this. But again, you could just do that with a craft knife, and then the lid pops off. So we fill it up. Well, we don't fill it up, we put that much, pop the lid on. And he just rolls these around, and then they get into a corner and he has to get them out, and then he rolls it here and there and everywhere. And he's watching me do this right now because he's so excited for food. I know, buddy. But this has been so good. And the thing is that whenever you get like a different shaped plasticky container, bottle or whatever, you can make a new puzzle with it. And then they have to like roll it around and figure it out. And it doesn't matter if they kind of grab onto it and they're kind of chewing onto it, and if they end up wrecking it, because the next week you'll use another bottle of water for your sourdough and you can make another one. So I suppose it's like the whole reduce, reuse, recycle, something. Apparently I didn't graduate primary school because I can't remember. Reduce, reuse, something, recycle. Oh, that's going to drive me nuts. But anyway, we have found this to be really, really great. It is cost effective. It doesn't take up much space. The dog loves it. I don't know how many more reasons I can come up with as to why it's awesome. The other one that we do is we have an old towel. We lay it flat, we sprinkle food on it, and then we just like roll the towel up. And then you can kind of tie it in a little knot if you want to, or you can just leave it rolled. And then they have to like snuffle around and kind of push it and unroll it with their nose, and they love it. Great for dogs. Maybe don't try it with kids, I don't know. But yeah, we just do that instead of spending money on the expensive dog puzzles. So, I don't know how I turned 10 things into like almost 20 minutes, but here we are. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I hope that these were like some fun, interesting, varied things to consider. I am so cozy and warm in my jumper right now. I'm so happy about it. I'm gonna take this little guy for a walk because he is going nuts right now. But thank you guys so much for joining me. If you like this video, please like it and please subscribe to see more content around minimalism, mental health, lifestyle stuff, trying to have a baby, potentially some other fun stuff coming soon. I will tell you about it when I can, and I hope you guys have an awesome day. Okay, bye.